Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 37 of our Confederate Summer 61 campaign in version 1.10 using the A.O.M mod. So I did have another viewer unit request, and that was for the Texas Infantry. Now, I wasn't too clear on the name, so if that's not the name you want and you're watching, please let me know in the comments below if you want it changed or not. But butternut tops, frock coat, white pants, and they are armed with Lorenz rifles, which are some of the best in the game. So they are the 3rd Brigade of the 1st Texas Division in the Corps of the Missouri under Price in the Western Department. Alright, now we got that out of the way. Let's see here. It is November 1st, so it is time to go over the monthlies. But we'll recap first. So last episode we saw a battle up here in the Dakota territories, which we did lose. So Corte Rio Grande did not disintegrate, and I thought it would, but it has not disintegrated, so that's a good thing. The battle was about 5 days ago in game, but the 1st Corps Army of Iowa has not moved on them either, so I think they're in as bad a shape as our Corps is, as there's no supplies out here. This is literally the middle of nowhere. This is a road that stops at the river, and there's nothing here. So the next closest town is Indian Village, which is quite a distance away. And that's actually Minnesota, but we fought the Battle of Indian Village, but it's a whole other territory. Down here in Missouri, we got Missouri to finally secede, got all the Union Corps kicked out, which took me longer than I thought it would. So I'm going to let my troops sit here for now. It's now November 1st, so everybody's going to start going into winter quarters. My Eastern Corps already have. These guys will move into quarters fairly soon. Actually, Army Commander already has moved into winter quarters. So they're going to sit here for the winter. Corps of Eastern Tennessee is going to move. I have currently detached them from their army, from their parent command, because they're so far away. I'm just letting them sit here to recover into the yellow readiness, possibly green. A little over a month for them to get there. And I'm going to have them ship over to Cairo and try to seize the supply depot there, because that is full of supplies that I would like. Artillery ammunition, 492 pieces. Provisions I need. So it's got stuff that I need. So I'm hoping the federal AI doesn't put anybody in here until I can get him over there to capture that supply depot. Because it looks like they're kind of moving their forces eastward and preparing for offensive operations against us. So they are stacking forces up here in the Ohio Valley on top of Kentucky. So don't know what they're doing with them, but they are on the move. But Bragg's command is just outside of Topeka. So I still have him tracking these, and it's going to be a long trip for him to get anywhere I need him to go. But hopefully I can get him on rail and river back east to go take down Fortress Monroe. And coming back here, so the Corps of Ohio, the Army of Western Virginia is still trapped in Ohio. The readiness is starting to come up, so I'll be able to move them fairly soon. So 38 days for the Monongahela to reach full readiness. I just need them slightly in the green. I don't need them full green. And Corps of Kanawha, 92 days to full readiness, but I just kind of need them in the yellow. So part of extracting this corps, or this army group, is another engagement with the Army of Tennessee. So I don't want them following me south, because you got all these Union forces here. We are effectively cut off. So I need to knock this army out, hopefully with both my corps fighting at the same time instead of separately, like we did previously. So I gotta wait for yellow readiness here, or green readiness, and they'll both be able to engage in the fight. So I won't have a larger numbers disparity against the army here, which is 17,000 men and 60 guns. And both my corps together are 34,000, almost 35,000 and 59 guns. So separately, these two corps are weaker than this one corps. So we just need to get them together to fight together. Here in the east, Virginia, so Winchester's kind of stuck in a middle flip because Corps Potomac's sitting outside of it. First Corps Army of the West is sitting outside of it. Neither one is in town flipping it. So it's just kind of sitting in limbo for right now. I'll let that continue rolling on as this supply depot is slowly filling up for us. So I'm hoping to seize that. And the Corps de Shenandoah is sitting inside D.C., but for some reason it's not flipping, even though we've been here several days. So I'm moving them in a little further. And hopefully we can flip D.C. over. That'll be a big morale hit to the Federals. And down in the Gulf, we did have a fleet engagement. Thankfully, the Raider Squadron did not disintegrate like the French disappointment did. The three ships here, the Berwick Bay did take quite a bit of damage in that engagement. So we got to wait for this to get at least 90% before we send them back out again. Could go at 69, but I really don't want to lose the Berwick. In that engagement, we captured the USS Preble, sloop of war, and the USS Powhatan. I probably just butchered the hell out of that, which is a sidewheel frigate. So this is good because I'll be able to sister them up with the Mississippi up here and start doing a deep water fleet that I want to start raiding the federally controlled European trade routes with. So, because I can now get out of the Keys, I can get these trade routes that go to the Union. Alright, I think that covers everything for that. So it's now time for the monthlies. Alright, so the current rating of our nation is A. Shows us an AA minus. It must have changed since this popped off. Which is good. Debt increased by 25 million. We're now at 90 million liabilities. So once again, we did have that hard crash reset on basically the entire campaign, except for like the fielded armies were still good. Current economy cycle of recovery, while the population is mediocre and decreasing compared to the previous month. Our tax revenues decreased by 7.5 million. That's not good. Total export volume last month was 1.4 billion going out, with 2 billion coming in. Average corporate production over the last 3 months was 253 million, a change of plus 21 million compared to the previous month. And we lack locomotives, artillery, ammunition, all the usual stuff. We come up here. Why is it showing me not producing cotton? Something is very wrong here. Shows us not producing anything. You know what? I didn't let the game run a few days yet. Hold on. Let me run this a few hours so the economy gets moving. Alright, let's see if that changed anything. Alright, there we go. That's better. I just didn't get the economy. You gotta hit play to get the economy rolling so you know what's going on. For some reason, we're not producing tobacco, which I find a little odd. Actually, ammunition production's actually gotten worse. It was higher than 6.8. It's now at... Now, it was much higher than that. Machine parts production has dropped. Small arms ammunition has dropped. So we are short on basically all the necessary supplies for fighting a war. And we're still showing the same ineffective manufactories. Intelligence. So, Union's working on Militia Act 4, so they are actually ahead of us. Currently, they're getting their acts done faster than we are. They recruited no new men and started construction on another 7 ships, which I still don't understand why they're doing that. Morale for our armies is currently at 62% with a change of plus 1% recently. I actually think it's lower than that going to the main thing. And the enemy has lost 2 ranking officers, among them Brigadier General Charles Jameson and Brigadier General Alfred Sully. And it shows them sitting on the defense. So I don't know if these men are killed or wounded. Come up here to strategy. Their morale of their army's at 58, so that intelligence report's not correct. Or this is not correct. But their national morale is down to 76. Ours is at 91. But their national support is much higher than ours. It's at 93 to our 75. Morale of armies, theirs is 58, ours 67. Men fielded, we've actually dropped them down quite a bit. We almost got them down to our numbers of fielded men. So they currently have 195,980 in the field to our 181,795. So, but the Union does have a massive ability to recover losses faster than we can, so this number is going to change. So I know one of the corps that we disintegrated up in Missouri is now reforming and waiting like another 10,000 men. So this number is going to jump back over 200,000 very quickly. Navy tonnage is now 179,520. I don't know what's with all the ships they're building if they're not using them. And total casualties, so because of the hard reset, you actually had, this is showing 41,563 for the Federals, 20,305 to us. You'd actually have to add, I think, another 60 to the Federals and another 40 for us for the actual numbers. Which is probably about close to accurate, as I can make it so. They should be sitting a little over 100,000 casualties. We should be sitting around high 60s, low 70s. I do believe. If we come over to finances. So, we're actually not doing too bad. We're spending $297 million more a month than we are earning, which it could be much, much worse. Like I said, once we get through the policies for getting more troops in the field, because I need replacements, we will be going down the government funding path, because I'm just skipping diplomacy altogether. Don't need it, don't want it. Too late in the game to go back for it. But we are researching very slowly. So we got another 27 days for Militia Act 3 to complete. Then I need to come over here to Military 2 and go down the 2 conscription acts. So we got another month to go with Militia Act 3, and then a month and a half, or almost 2 full months for Military 2. So it's going to take us a while to get there. But I'm hoping for a quiet winter, because I think the Federals are as beat up as we are. Come over to projects. There's actually nothing that I want right now. I did take a quick peek at this already. So we can get armored gunboats, cast artillery, cavalry carbines. None of this is stuff that we actually need right now. What I am saving up for, once again, is the Confederate rifles. And we actually haven't even reached funding for that yet. We need a funding of 2.5. We are at 1.7. And once I have that, I will go back for logistics reform again to try and lower the cost of supporting the military. Then I also want to get military railroad, which will also lower support costs. So I'm not going for organization reform or anything like that, as I have no intention of creating any more corps, because we just can't recruit the troops. Like, we come here. We're down 670 volunteers out of Delaware. That's all we have available. Our volunteers from Delaware. Oh, that can't be right. Hold on. There we go. 945. So we got 275 in Arizona territory and 670 in Delaware. We have some drafts left in some states, but we are quickly sucking those up. This is now down to 28,600. This was over 30,000 last episode. So we are sucking in our drafts. The few that we do have are disappearing quickly. So it is a priority for me to get more men in the field. And quite honestly, if I can't, once we suck those drafts up, if I can't get any more men, that will be the death knell of this campaign at that point, because it will just end up in a downward attrition spiral that we will never recover from. And that will probably be the end of this campaign. But like I said, we will be fighting this one through to the bitter end. So we're just going to keep on trucking along. So I think I have covered everything so far. So I have no further plans. Because, yeah, I do have to bring that up. Someone was asking what I was going to do with the Army Tennessee now that Missouri's finished. So, no further plans for the winter. I have actually no further plans for the East outside of just holding D.C. and hopefully forcing the Federals into lemming attacking me. Trying to extricate the Western Army of Army Western Virginia out of Ohio. This will probably be our next fight. And the Army of Tennessee is going to move back into Tennessee once winter is finished. And they're back into green readiness. I will move them back into Tennessee and prep them for operations in Kentucky for a spring offensive there, and I will probably give them one of the corps from Price's command, because I'm only going to need the one corps here, basically, because it looks like the Federals are tracking out of the area. Or I may actually use them for an offensive into Illinois. I'm not sure yet. So I think I'd like to try and burn Chicago again. Alright, that should cover everything. So I'll be back when something happens. So the Federal AI is finally doing something with some of those ships they've been recruiting, and they are attacking Fort Pillow. So, don't know what they're trying to do. And looks like Kemper is recovered. Good. He'll be in the wings in case another officer gets... Hello, video. What do we got here?
It is well that war is so terrible, or we should grow too fond of it. Robert E. Lee.
I'm going to let this play since I'm not monetized. I'm not worried about the strike.
A war so terrible. The vast bodies of American men in companies, regiments, brigades, armies of tens of thousands strong, march to the beat of the drum, clashing, maneuvering, cheering, yelling, killing, perishing. The rebellion that was to be over in 90 days in a neat showdown is now a war so terrible that America has never before witnessed such ruin. From the ill-organized, poorly drilled, and equally poorly led mass of eager amateurs thrown at the mercy of modern firepower of Minié ball, shot and shell, disciplined armies of determined veterans emerge. The innovations that once served bringing economic growth and spreading civilization have now been harnessed to serve this terrible war. Steamships clad in iron navigate the waterways, while troop movements and logistical support utilize railroads, transforming war itself from Napoleonic to industrial, providing new means of slaughter in the fields of battle with never-before-seen efficiency. Having secured continuing support in Union policymaking for the time being, President Lincoln is determined to win the war, to again unite the nation. But the prolonged war and the mounting casualties are starting to take their toll, with the number of volunteers diminishing and political rivals in support of immediate peace with the South emerging with louder voices. To silence these voices, Lincoln needs decisive military victories. As long as the Union armies are victorious, so long the people will fight. If the willingness of the citizen to fight dies down, so will any hopes of restoring the Union. In the South, a war that was supposed to ensure independence, preferably with the support of the sympathizers of the Southern cause, has reached a point of no return. With the war dragging on, and with the seemingly inexhaustible Northern resources against them, chances of victory seem to slip farther into horizon. For the South to prevail, decisive action must be taken to break the Northern spirits and armies, to force them to award the Southern states their independence in choosing their own destiny. That is their God-given right, even if achieving it means unprecedented suffering, want, and slaughter. War means fighting, and fighting means killing.
Alrighty, I think it's been a long time since I watched that video. It's well worth watching, to be honest with you. Very good ones. Like I said, we got the Mississippi River Squadron here taking on Fort Pillow. But I'll be moving in to take away their port soon, so they're not going to have anywhere to go. So I'm not worried about that at all. I think that's the only other thing that's going on. So, top of that video come out, so they just did have the November midterm elections. So, and Lincoln's Republicans did hold majority support, even though we did have a few objectives completed. There's less objectives now. We did have quite a few of the objectives completed. We still didn't have enough to put them into their death spiral for their national morale and support. And like I said, look at that. 203,000 in the field. They quickly recovered their losses. We cannot do that. So I'm worried about moving into that death spiral of just not having troops anymore. Little flavor paper here. Bloodiest war in America. Alright, so that's just a little update there, because I was a little surprised that the AI is actually using some of the ships it's been building. So I'll be back when something else happens. Yeah, I'm just bringing you all back in here. It looks like we actually won this engagement. I thought we were going to lose it, but I didn't actually look at the fleet. It's all fourth rates and a sloop. So it looks like we're actually going to capture their entire fleet minus the sloop, which is pretty funny. I mean, I really don't need fourth rates anymore. Looks like the fight's over. Yep. It doesn't even give me a message saying that the fight happened, which is kind of annoying. I wonder, did we capture any of those? No. Alright. I guess we can't capture them. Even if they're disabled, they should be like floating around over here. They're fleeing with them. So you're not towing away 6 disabled ships with a sloop. That is not happening. Oh well. I'm a little surprised they actually did something. So, I'll be back. Alrighty, it's now November 13th in game, and it looks like the Federals are coming back down into Missouri, a little surprisingly. With the 2 Corps. We're at 1st Corps Army of Indiana. Army of Indiana. Is that a glitch? We got a glitch here. 1st Corps Army of Missouri with 15,000 men. 1st Corps Army of Indiana. Okay, I gotta move Corps to Missouri and closer. And it's gonna take them 454 hours to get those orders. Are you kidding me? Price's readiness is starting to come back up, so very, very, very slowly. It says he's waiting for reinforcement brigades, but he's got his lifeguard back. There's no units that he's actually waiting for. So I don't understand that. Did we get the artillery for these guys yet? 1 battery's recruited. So I recruited 4 Delaware batteries. Their morale is not that great, but the Corps of the Arkansas needed artillery, so I had to give them something, and Delaware was it. So I can start sending this 1 battery out to him. 11 days, not bad. Not going to be there for the fight, though. So this looks like it'll be the next one. I'll be back if this fight kicks off. Never mind, this was not the next fight. It looks like they are moving on the Corps to Shenandoah. Once again, and it looks like all disparate armies. I did not realize to move the... I didn't catch that. They moved the 1st Corps of the Army to west out in that direction. It's a good thing I turned off scouting from Corps to Potomac, so they're 32 hours away. So it looks like 1st Corps, Army to west... Army to West, Department of Washington, Michigan Army, 1st Corps Army of Michigan, 1st Corps Army of Potomac. So they're coming at me with 34,155 infantry, 646 cavalry, and 52 guns. To my 44,472 infantry, 6,000 cavalry, and 40 guns. But I'm not going to have this on the field for 32 hours. But I should be able to hold with the Corps de Shenandoah, which is 25,000, just under 25,700 infantry and 23 guns. I should be able to do this fight with that. So let's see here. First Corps Army of the West is going to be on the field. Comparable numbers. Department of Washington's only 466 men at this point. They are just done as a fighting force. Army of Potomac has just under 4,000 men in their corps. Army of Michigan has, we'll call it 4,900 with the artillerymen for the 6 guns. This should be an interesting fight. I will be back after the load screen. Alright, welcome to the second Battle of Washington D.C. That's a weird deployment zone. They might have troops shoved. Oh, and it's a thunderstorm. Nice. 44 degrees, thunderstorm. Beautiful. That's a weird deployment area. We're defending Carberry. There's a lifeguard over there. So let's take a look at who we're actually fighting here with commanders. So we have Stuart Ewell and Colonel Cooper, who is the commander of the lifeguard. And the Federals have McDowell, G.S. Green, Beatty, Humphreys. Now exactly the brightest minds in the shed for this fight. So they're going to have one corps on the field, which is going to have the slight numerical advantage on us. So that's showing 27,000, but that's not what's on the field right now. Army of the West with their first corps is 27,000 men. And they are on the field right now, so they do have a slight numbers advantage. Department of Washington, which is very, very under strength, is arriving in 2 hours. Army of Michigan with their corps in 10 hours, and Army of Potomac with their corps in 9 hours. So we have time. Maybe they'll start a lemming attack on us. I don't know. We got 22 entrenchment points. I'll actually be doing full-on entrenchments and not with the abattis if I can. Just got to figure out where they're going to be coming from on us. This is their only entry point, I think. Nope, they got 2. Is that it? So they have 2 entry points. You know what? Cooper. This is worrisome. So I think they got troops in there. I don't know. It's just weird. So I'm going to put Cooper down here on 14th Street. Yep, there they are. So no, you're not going there. We'll put you over here. And I'm going to seize this entry point and possibly delay their reinforcements even further. If I can keep them from attacking me today, that will give time for my second corps to arrive, and then I'll have a very, very high numbers advantage. I gotta figure out where I want to defend from. But usually putting the troops down here on this bottom land's pretty good. But the artillery doesn't really ever get good siding over them, because this is usually where I defend from. I think I'll do that again. So let me go get my defenses set up, and I'll be back with dispositions. Alright, I got my dispositions set up. Hoping they don't attack today. Give me some time for the other corps to arrive. It is 1300, so I don't know if they will attack or not. So we'll go from my right flank to left flank. So I have the cavalry division watching these 2 roads here. These 2 brigades are armed with Sharp's carbines. This one is armed with Merrill's carbines, so they can do a lot of damage on their own. And these brigades are all just under 1,000 men each, since they got troops in before the game reset. Just to the left of them is the 1st Infantry Division with the LZ's Brigade, New Zealand Expeditionary Force, and the Stonewall Brigade covering this track of wood here. Sometimes the AI likes to use this track here and try to use this road. I have the British Exiles in the center, since they do have that artillery piece, and they are covering the Green Jackets are covering the road with the artillery piece, with the 1st East Series to the right of them, and the Southern Highlanders. I thought I fixed that. It says Sauerhorn Highlanders. I thought I fixed that. Guess it didn't save. I think I fixed that and then didn't save. I'm not sure. We'll get to that after the battle. And then to the left of them is the 1st Georgia Division with the Chatham County Rifles, Benton's Georgia Brigade, and the Statesboro Blues Devils. Right behind them is the Artillery Division. A little upset about this high ground shot over here, but we'll have to deal with it. And their morale's not great, as they got handled in the last battle they fought, and when that brigade snuck up on them that we couldn't see. And over on this road, I ran out of construction points, is the 2nd Georgia Division, which is also not very good morale-wise. And they weren't last battle either. But I'm leaving them here on the flank for now, with the Irish Brigade, Jackson's Brigade, and the Georgia Infantry Regiment. So I think this might have to do with the division. I got to look at this division after the battle. They shouldn't be having morale issues like that, because Georgia's a very high support state. And I'm keeping the 1st Virginia Engineers in reserve back here next to the artillery. And I have Lee's Lifeguards set up over here on the road. I'm going to have them travel down here and seize the Bladensburg Road entrance. And possibly, if they can do it, sneak around and get the Washington D.C. entrance. I doubt they'll be able to, but we will try. These guys are unlimbered, right? Yeah. So, those are my dispositions, and I will be back once the action kicks off. Alright, it's 13:57 in game, and because of the rain, I can't get a dust movement sighting, but I can hear Federals. Listen closely, you can hear them. Marching along this road here. It doesn't seem like they're coming down the center like they usually would, and they're coming out this way. Probably trying to get around my defensive line. Honestly, it's what I would do, because obviously the AI knows my entrenchments are here. So, we have seized the Bladensburg entrance, and I'm going to attempt to get Cooper. You know what, I need to bring him back in this direction. I'll send him out this way. I don't think he'll be able to grab the next objective. No. Next corps arrives in 1 hour. Excuse me. But, if they're marching down this road, I need to get them back. I don't think I could safely send one of these guys. No, they won't be there in an hour, I don't think. No, let's try it. Ooh, no, not that route. There we go. I don't think they can be there in an hour, but we'll try. So, I'll be back. Alrighty, it's 14:30 in game. We have spotted our first Federals. They are marching along. Oh crap, he's about to ride into them. Halt, halt, halt. He's not going to get those halt orders in time. So I did order 1st Division to start shifting out of the defensive works. They finally got those orders? Yeah. So, and I have them marching to up here. I don't know if they'll be there in time, though. That is a long march. If anything, I could push this division, as bad as their morale is, into the flank of the Federals. Damn it. Not what I wanted. He just took 269 losses in that first volley. He's too far away to get retreat orders. Looks like I'm about to lose the lifeguard brigade. About this brigade, how are we looking? Looks like I might beat the Federals to the punch over here. Charge in. They're breaking anyway. Alright. I thought I was going to get them through before the infantry marched through, but they were moving pretty fast down that road. This brigade was up here, so it looks like they're coming towards this division. So I need to replace this division. I'm going to leave the British exiles in place to cover the main road. Because this morale is still... They're capped at like 50%. Which I don't understand why, but they are. So I need to get them off that line and just hold them in reserve. Now I hear more firing. Oh, caught a battery. Take them down. You got sharps. You can rip these guys apart. There we go. They still have guys back here. And he's too far away from his officer. Their morale's not good. There's another brigade back here somewhere. The entire army's not on the move. I'm not going to have these guys. Nope, there they go. But that's fine. As long as they are retreating back, because he didn't take too many casualties. It's his distance from command that caused us. I was really hoping to grab that point, but we did take out a battery, so I'll take that. But we are taking more casualties right now because brigades ran into fights they shouldn't have been in. And that's my fault. Back on the move. You guys get your orders yet? Yep. Alright. Alright, 2nd Georgia. We're going to pull you off the line. You guys are moving good. And I don't think I can get any good artillery fire from over here, but I will try. You're just shifting the whole army at this point. Alright, I'll be back when something else happens. Hopefully not another face-to-face run-in. Alright, it's 1513. It looks like they were using this road to come at this division here, but they are pulling out and they have the 1st Georgia Division moving in to replace them. Hopefully it doesn't take them too long to get in position. I don't think the Federals will attack up through here, but never know. I said everybody but the British Exiles are shifting. I have the Cavalry Division shifting back towards the objective. They're going to be coming in down over here. Just keep an eye on this road over here by the Noble House. So, I'm just hoping we don't have too many issues here. I wish I'd grabbed that entry point. Oh well. And they have artillery coming up too. Why are you not moving? There you go. New division moving at double time. Need you in position. Artillery's moving faster than you boys. That's just bad. Where is that artillery going? If they sit there, hopefully my artillery can hit them and just counter battery them out. I still don't hear anybody on this road. And they're coming forward. You need a halt. There we go. And bring your skirmishers in. Started shifting troops at the wrong damn time. H.R. Jackson's got a good brigade here. Missing a brigade. Where's the other one? Oh, they're already over here. Good boys. like we're getting a better exchange over here, thankfully. Once these other brigades are in position, we should push them off fairly easily. Not on that road yet. Nah. Getting closer. Do some damage. We're shipping those casualties back in our direction fairly quickly. Come on, Chatham County, you gotta get a move on. Benning's brigade, come on. Keep those boys in range. United Statesboro, you can just halt there. And there goes that brigade. Come on, hit this one. Come on, Chatham, get in position, get some shots, and you're almost ready to level. I wonder where that artillery battery went off to. Probably send the cavalry looking for them. There goes that brigade. And there's another one right there. Chatham County, go get them. Right, Jackson, you fall back the rest of your division. Statesboro, we'll move you in the center. Leave Benning where he is. We'll get you some, Chatham. You guys even see anything? No. Here comes another brigade up the road. Benning will hit them shortly. Engineers up over here. The second Georgia Division's morale wasn't so bad I'd have them fighting. Stop and fire. I'm not going to have these guys in position the way I want them. They're just looking almost in position. I don't think I need them over here, but I want them covering this road. Brigade shouldn't hold long. Pittsburgh, get in there and get some. See if we can bag this brigade. That'd be good. Alright, got the casualties over ours now. Good. And they broke. They cannot be able to see this brigade's really getting to these guys. Don't worry, you got support coming. Good, perked up. Sharpshooters. Oh! Look what we got here. Thought I heard firing in the distance. But it's good to have headphones in this game. You kind of get a sounding on direction when it comes to shooting. You get your long range orders yet? Come on. Need you guys helping them. Find out what happened to that artillery battery that we saw. Stand back up. Keep them in range. I told you to get back to your division. Alright, bring your skirmishers in. Here we go, engineers get some. Line good. see this brigade off. I send the Green Jacket sharpshooters to go hit the first battery over here. I got some fresh brigades coming at us. Let's stay in long range orders. You guys need to be on fire at will. You guys trying to march past my engineers or what? Get this brigade from 3 sides. Alright, Georgia, get in here. Didn't want to bring you in, but gotta have you do something. I'm surprised that brigade's still standing. There we go. See that brigade off. Beatty, where are you coming at? That's the only place you can come in at. Oh no, they re-seized that. No. They seized that. They did not have that originally. Alright. I don't even know how old that message is. And I can't hear anything over there. Good, that brigade's broken. Engineers are not doing too hot. Oh, good. Broke that brigade. And there's their artillery. That's what's going on there. Down. Come on, keep you guys at long range. Stop. Figured they would have ripped this brigade down pretty a lot faster, especially with the sharpshooters and those damn Springfield rifles. They'll be doing a lot better. I want these guys gone so I can send NSTAT the Green Jackets at them. I want to get this artillery battery over here. They are wasting artillery on them, so that is a good thing. I'm wondering if all their infantry over here is broken. I doubt it. Try and get in on this artillery over here. Good, break that brigade. Got him at 1,800 casualties so far, good. We're over 1,000 ourselves, which is not good. $1,700, they should be ending fairly soon since it is November. We're not going to win this today unless we pull off overnight. I'm wondering how their artillery could still see my men even though they're laying down. There's gotta be somebody here looking at them. More troops coming forward. Alright. Bring the skirmishers in. This is all 4th Division Army to the west, it looks like, so they sent a separate division this way. 3rd Division, 2 divisions, okay. You guys are still in the range of them? Nice. Where are you firing at? Need you focused on the infantry now after coming in. There's some infantry coming down this road. 6th U.S. Regiment. That's probably part of Beatty's command. Use the LNG move up to here. I really hate my artillery. Like, if they had artillery up on this hill, they'd be firing at us, but I can't fire back. They're in that false cover right there. That'll do this something good. The brigade over here, we just lost sight of. They'll be in range of the green jackets pretty soon. These guys are over 100 casualties already. Here we go. Come on. Come into range. Come to Papa. Now get this battery. This was just one division over here, so Beatty's forces are heading this way. So this corps under the Army commander doing a two-front attack was actually a pretty good idea, because they actually made me draw all my forces out. Actually a very smart move by the AI, really surprising. And that is a lot of troops they're sending in. I was not expecting these guys to shift in my direction. Get this battery before the day's out. Those guys did not get the better exchange, now they're pulling out. These guys have sharps, so they can rip down this battery pretty quickly. Stop chasing them. Guess it looks like this battle might be over today. You guys are doing well on their own over here. A lot of forces coming at him. And lost a gun for the field artillery. They just need to hang in there and cause some more morale damage. There we go. Kill that battery. Set to stop pursuing, damn it. Alright, get rid of them. 6th Regiment's only 70 men. That's all they got left over there. Yeah, that battery's gone. Alright, and on up there. I don't think there's anything left over here. I think that was that battery, so I'll go this way and probably cut back up and around. He should have more guns in this one. Another battery that got caught out by that one brigade. The last fight. If he had all of his guns, we'd be seeing these brigades off pretty handily. Now I have them over 3,200 casualties. Nice. There goes that brigade. Good. That should start the chain reaction over here. Maybe. Taking a lot of casualties. It's not good. End of day. We have shifted to a major victory, but they still have pretty good morale. More 2nd Division, Army of the West. And they fought. These are the guys who ran yesterday from over here. So I'm going to pull the cavalry back. Leave them reserve over here. Let's dismount them. I don't want them standing tall in front of that infantry. Question is, are these guys still going to be here? And do I need to shift another division over? Engineers. Oh, I lost these entrenchments. Oh. Stay there. I may have them advance against this artillery battery. If it's still there. Oh, Cooper was wounded. How many wounded officers do I have? Wounded. Alright, so he's the only wounded officer. Take a look at our strength reports here. So I've lost only the one gun out of Royal Field Artillery so far. They've lost 15. I'm at 191 dead, almost to 1,200 wounded, 700 missing. You had him at a major victory. Why did it shift back to a minor defeat? They're at 5,500 casualties. They're down to 31,000 men. So, the artillery division is doing me no good here. So I'm shifting them back this way. And they lost all the line of sight they had here yesterday. What the hell's going on with that? You can see those batteries. You can't, so you'll stay. Fire at will. You can see one, so you'll stay counter battery. Same here. Rockbridge can see. Nope, can't see that one or that one, but you can see that one. No, keep counter battery for right now. Maybe they can take this battery out. If it's still there. And what the hell? Crap. Maybe I'm not putting the artillery division there. Holy hell. Alright, there. Fire at will. Crap. That is not good. Oh, that is not good at all. Now I'm going to end up a little too spread out. None of their forces are right here in front of me anymore, so I can actually shift. 1st Georgia Division. And bring them over here. Pull the cavalry off. Chatham, you got the far left. Benning, right next to them. Statesboro, you guys go right there. Cavalry Division. Right there. Hopefully dropping in some flanking fire. I hope these guys are there. Whoosh. 2nd Georgia Division. This was unexpected. Department of Washington, 1st Division Army to the west, 4th Division Army of Potomac, 1st Division Army of Potomac. And that's a battery we took out, so they don't have any guns. So, you guys can take care of them if they're there. And these guys are in our entrenchments. Aish. Right up on the fence. Get up on the fence. Not as good cover, but they got to come out of the entrenchments to come get us. I'm afraid to hit play. They've already taken casualties, so maybe the engineers can take care of these guys. I don't want them on there. I don't know if these guys are here or not. I really don't. These guys are kind of so spread out, they're not really under anyone's command aegis either. I need to move Stewart over here with his boys. And Lee can go wherever the hell he wants at this point. That's a play. Some of them are in the entrenchments. And that brigade's over here now. And put those guys in the flank entrenchment there. Oh, hello. We should all be firing. Why aren't you? You all fire at will orders. Why don't you have them? All right, let's move back to a major victory for us. Hopefully it stays that way. These are fresh troops we're fighting over here. That brigade was going to break. These are fresh brigades. No, they're not. Casualties under 34. Do I send them in or not? Go take these guys out. These guys are charging home? Really? Or they're going for the battery? No, shit. Whew. And Duncan is wounded, or McRae. Damn it, probably got wounded in that charge. Looks like he might have got him hit in the first volley, maybe. They should be leaving soon. I just can't take any more casualties to keep this a major victory. Why'd you guys break? Go get that infantry. There's only 70 of them. Yep, they're going. There they go. They are leaving. Start shooting them. There they go. Whew. Now let's do a little bit. Shouldn't have charged these guys in. They shouldn't have broken either. That's BS. They should have not broken on that brigade. What the hell are they doing? Come on, chase them down. I want to go grab some of that artillery. Go to see if you can go get them. You're not doing anything else for me right now. Save here so I can go back and look at the paperwork, hopefully without a crash. Alright, I feel vindicated since the last fight. Well, there's only 70 men in this unit. You should have wiped them out in a one volley. Yep, they're broken now. More of them. Get that battery. Where are you guys going? Very good, they're gone. We'll get some of these boys now. Nope, out of time. We'll plus up their casualties a little, though. Alright. Took a lot of casualties in those two cavalry brigades, but other than that, it's not too bad. I thought I was going to get Cooper back before he ran into that infantry column and the other cavalry brigade. I didn't think anybody was still left back there to where I sent them. But all in all, not bad. We got all 65 of their guns. So we took down 6,000 of their 35,000 infantry, 400 or 650 cavalry, all 65 of their guns for a total of 7,000 of 37,000. We lost 1,691 infantry of our 44,000. Once again, the other corps did not make it to the field, so then I'm going to get counted onto the battle honors for this one. We lost over 1,000 cavalry, which shouldn't have happened. Like I said, that was my mistake. Most of those losses are out of Cooper's command, because he was actually over 1,000 in strength. And now that's no longer true. We lost 3 of our 41 guns. I think that's all out of the Royal Field Artillery. I'll have to take a look. For a total loss of 2,770, 51,009. Back here and take a look at the paperwork. Lee's led guard caused 53 casualties. And that's Cooper's command. I thought he caused some artillery casualties, too. I guess not. Corps of Potomac was not here. Corps of Shenandoah. 1st Virginia Engineers caused 98. The Cavalry Division caused 320 altogether. None of these are viewer units, but the 1st Virginia did 50. That's the regiment I ran into the backfield that got handed. The Chesterfield Light Dragoons caused 137. And the 2nd Virginia caused 133. 1st Infantry Division. Oh, come on. I hate it when this happens. I really hate it when this happens. So LG's brigade did 84. I want to say the second line is the New Zealand Expeditionary Force caused 24, but they only saw action at the start of the second day. And I'm going to say the Stonewall Brigade hits a 170 here because they saw a little bit more action than the rest of the division. Why'd I close that? 1st Georgia Division, which has Chatham County Rifles, Statesboro Blues Devils, and Bennings Georgia Brigade. Chatham County caused 305 casualties. Didn't take any prisoners. So 278 to infantry, 23 to cavalry. The Statesboro Blues Devils caused 253. Killed 240 infantry, captured 13. And Bennings Georgia Brigade caused 345, with 303 killed or wounded and 42 taken prisoner. 2nd Georgia Division, which really did not fight. H.R. Jackson's brigade, which is the only one that fought, caused 544 casualties over the 2 days. 477 infantry and 67 cavalry. British exiles. These guys have done most of the work over there on the right flank. 1st East Surrey's caused 807 casualties. 789 to infantry and 14 to artillery. The Southern Highlanders, whose name I have to fix still because I thought I'd done it already, caused 470 infantry casualties. Royal Green Jackets was 733 with 644 to infantry, 69 taken prisoner in that charge against them, and 15 to artillery, which is from those skirmishers. And the 4th Royal Field Artillery Exiles caused 478 casualties with those 4 guns they had. Was it 3 or 4? I think it was 4 guns that they had. They caused a lot of casualties because they are a level 3 close support unit. Take a look at the artillery division. These guys only did anything on the last day, so not 64 for the whole division. They really didn't do much the entire battle. Alrighty, we'll exit out of here. I'll be back after the load screen. Glorious victory at Washington. Army of the Potomac fleeing in panic, along with the Western Army and the West Virginia Force and a few other commands, because the Army of the Potomac was the senior and largest one. And Crutchfield lost face. I'm not sure why. I don't think he did anything wrong, but he did lose face. Alright, Battle of Washington has ended with the Army of the Potomac retreating in panic. My command has earned us a total victory. The enemies reportedly suffered total casualties of 6,794 men, thereof 768 killed and 1,571 captured. Our casualties total 2,770 men, with 274 killed, 812 missing, and the rest wounded. We've captured 3,981 rifles and 25 guns from the battlefield. And we've sent 1,521 enemy soldiers down to Andersonville. Alright, how many guys we got shoved in there now? Because we did do a release. But I think the AI was auto-releasing before. Yeah, if I remember last episode, we were actually overcrowded again. Now we're not. Shows us at an even 75. We were over that. So the AI is auto-releasing prisoners on me, and that's kind of upsetting. But, I think that's our lowest amount of casualties in a while. I think our few previous battles were basically at 2,000 plus for most of those battles. Like I said, we're quickly ripping through the few replacement soldiers that we do have. But, Army to West, all these units are about to disappear. So I feel a lot happier about that battle. And the Federal AI looks like it's finally pulled its head out of its ass. Generally, when you have separate commands like that, they don't fight too well because they all do their own thing. But in this case, the first day of the fighting, you saw just the one corps from the one army effectively pull my defense out of position with one division because I thought they were all marching down that road. I had no sounding or sighting on any other units coming down the main road. So once I had started committing my troops to my left flank is when they came down that main road with the rest of the corps, which really surprised me. So both those flanks on the first day of the fighting was the same corps. They'd only just sent one division over onto my left, and everybody else they sent down the center, or what became my extreme right. So that was interesting. And then the second day, the way they massed up all the corps together on the left for the most part was another surprising incident. So, but I'm very pleased with how that battle turned out. I definitely want to know everybody's thoughts on that battle in the comments below. So don't hold back. Let's see what you all think about that one. So, but the AI very effectively caused me to shift, and when I didn't need to. Alright, so let's get this one rolled off. 2-day fight here. Let's see, come on. And we are starting to flip DC finally. I wish we had flipped it before the election. There they go, rolling off. If we had flipped DC before November 4th, I think we'd have the Union AI in their morale death spiral at this point, but we did not. There they go, and let's take a look out west real fast. Actually, we'll pause this here, and then we'll go look around. All these forces are now fleeing. So I think I'm going to extend my operations in the area a little more. I might move the Corps of Potomac into Frederick and the Corps of Shenandoah into Annapolis. I'm not sure. It is a thought. Yeah, I think that is what I might do. So I think that would be helpful for us to start flipping cities in Maryland. We don't really need to, but we might be able to grab the 3 flippable cities prior to federal reinforcements. Maybe not. They are in West Virginia. Oh, did not notice that. So Army of New England, 5,500 men. Army of Ohio, 9,500. Who's the 2nd Corps belong to? Army of Kentucky's flipping Wheeling. All right, we got issues there. I need to get Jackson out of Ohio and back into Western Virginia. Oh, God. But they're almost ready to move. Once Loring's up in the yellow, I might start pulling them away. Or I might fight another battle here. I don't know. If I have no provisions, no ammunition, it would be a rough fight. And morale is not good. Yeah, Corps of Kanawha, the morale's unstable. Monongahela Hill is confident, but there's a problem with the Corps of Kanawha, but that's also because of their readiness level. I'm looking out west here. The hell? Why is... Okay, I'll take it. I mean, if you're going to go that way, just hang out in Cairo and flip it for me. Oh, he's down orange. I can't give him orders. He can only move, follow his original orders and keep moving. Almost to yellow. Polk's in the green. It is taking forever for Price to get his readiness back up. That is just disturbing. And are they bypassing my forces in Quincy? Looks like they might be. Corps of Arkansas has 19,566 infantry. Looks like that battery arrived. It's been more 11 days, so they got 6 guns. 14,000 and 15 going to 17, 14. I got just under 20,000. I think this might be our next fight. Corps of Missouri is not getting close anytime soon. They're still 394 hours from getting their orders. That's got to be a... There is something wrong there, and I got to fix that. And Corps of Western Tennessee is too far away to support, really. They wouldn't get there in time. They'll get their orders faster, but they wouldn't be there in time. You know what? Let's start shifting them that way anyway. See, he'll have his orders in 28 hours. Maybe I can sneak him into the fight. And how are we looking down here in the Gulf? Back up the green readiness. We got some ammunition. Alright, so looks like things have turned around for us just in the first 2 weeks, or the first 2 weeks of November. Things are looking a little better for us. We might be able to pull some things off. And before I forget, we got to look at the Corps of Rio Grande, see how they're doing. And his readiness is coming back up slowly, slowly, slowly. Hopefully they don't attack again. I really hope they don't attack again. I need to get him out of there. Alright, I do believe that will do it for this episode, because I have a feeling if I hit play, we're going to get into an engagement somewhere. So if you're a new viewer, return viewer, you've not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember to hit that bell icon so you alert when the next videos come out. you like a brigade in one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type in unit, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I will oblige you as best as I can. As you can see, I am still short. Very, very, very short troops right now, so you'll probably receive an existing brigade that is unnamed. And comments, please keep them coming. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on how the AI behaved in this most recent battle. I was kind of pleasantly surprised myself. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.